I love to go camping. It is so peaceful to be alone in the woods. The trees surround me. I feel small, but it feels good. It is nice to be away from the noise of the city. On this trip, I hiked deep into the woods. I found a perfect spot for my tent. It was near a small stream. I could hear the water flowing over the rocks. Such a peaceful sound. I built a small fire and cooked my dinner. I felt happy and content. After dinner, I sat by the fire. I watched the sunset. The sky was ablaze with color, orange, red, purple. It was beautiful. As the last light faded, a strange stillness settled over the woods. The air felt heavy. The birds were quiet. Even the insects seemed to disappear. The silence was a little eerie. It felt like something big was about to happen. A light breeze rustled the leaves. It was like a whisper. Then the wind picked up. It started to moan through the trees. The leaves danced wildly in the wind. A few drops of rain fell on my tent. Plop, plop. The storm was coming. I quickly put out my fire. I made sure my tent was secure. I didn't want the wind to blow it away. I zipped myself inside. I felt a little scared. It was going to be a big storm. The sky opened up. Rain poured down. The wind howled like a wild animal. Thunder boomed overhead. It was so loud. Lightning flashed across the sky. It was like fireworks, but much scarier. I huddled inside my tent. I felt small and alone, but I also felt a sense of awe. Nature was so powerful. It was both terrifying and beautiful. The storm raged on. It was a symphony of sound and light. The thunder boomed, the wind howled, the rain beat down on my tent. It was a wild and chaotic concert. I watched the lightning. It was amazing. Each flash lit up the forest for a brief moment. I could see the trees swaying violently in the wind. It was like a wild dance. Section 6. Finding comfort in the midst of chaos. At first I felt scared, but slowly something changed. I started to relax. The sounds of the storm were actually soothing. The wind's howl was like a lullaby. The rain's drumming on my tent was like a heartbeat. I realized I was safe. My tent was strong. I was warm and dry inside. I felt a strange sense of peace. I was alone, but I didn't feel afraid anymore. Section 7, the rain's gentle lullaby. The storm started to die down. The thunder became more distant. The wind stopped howling. It was just a gentle breeze now. The rain became a soft drizzle. It was like the storm was whispering good night. I lay in my tent, listening to the rain. It was so peaceful. I closed my eyes and fell asleep. The sound of the rain was a lullaby. Section 8. Reflections in the aftermath. I woke up to the sound of birds singing. The storm was gone, the sun was shining, the air smelled clean and fresh. I unzipped my tent and stepped outside. Everything was wet and sparkling. It was a beautiful day. I felt happy to be alive. Section 9. A renewed appreciation for nature's power. I learned something that night. I learned that nature can be both beautiful and scary. But even when it's scary, it's also amazing. I felt a newfound respect for the power of nature. I also felt grateful for the peace I found within myself, even in the middle of a storm. That solo camping trip was an experience I'll never forget. It reminded me that sometimes the most powerful journeys are the ones we take alone, in the heart of nature's embrace.